What up, what up, what up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Reminisce and React, Season 2, 80s theme. I'm your host, MagicLeb. Please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel at MagicLeb, and I have two Instagram channels at Fame Film Agency and Fame's Comedy Spot BH. Now, what do we have in store for tonight? So far, we've done 3 episodes. All the random stuff chosen so far, I've been happy with. Can't complain. I mean, I'm waiting to hit a Prince or a Michael or a Madonna or a Whitney, but that's the beauty of this show, you know. This way, I don't show favorites. But maybe the last episode I will pick. Anyway, let's move on and let's see what we have for tonight. Run DMC with Walk This Way with Aerosmith. That's a classic. Now that's an 80s classic. Wow. That was when rap and rock and roll got together for the first time, as far as I know, at least. I don't know if that ever happened before, because rap was very, very new in the 80s. It was just becoming a thing in the 80s. Particularly the early 80s, it was just becoming a thing. It didn't hit the world hard like it did towards the late 80s to early 90s when rap really, bam, blew up, you know? But it was still a thing, and who better to do it than Run DMC? And what better band to choose than Aerosmith? You know, Steve Tyler himself with that voice, you know, those big ass lips, you know. I mean, I thought Mick Jagger's lips were big, but Steve Tyler's lips are bigger, you know. And what better band to do Walk This Way than Aerosmith? You know, I keep thinking, if they had a choice, do they have choices of bands, or do they just land on Aerosmith immediately? I think they would have chosen Aerosmith immediately, but just think about it. What band could have done Walk This Way as well? Bon Jovi? No. Van Halen? Hell no. Well, maybe. Actually, Van Halen probably would have done a good job. Def Leppard? Don't know. The thing is, there were just so many great bands of the 80s. And I think Aerosmith, they nailed it with Aerosmith. Wow, I haven't seen this video. Wow. I remember watching it as a kid, you know? And I wanted to wear my sneakers like Run DMC, because they'd walk around with sneakers without any laces. I tried that when I was like in the 4th grade, but the shoe kept on falling off my feet because there was no restriction. So I don't know how they did it. Maybe they bought a size too small or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to it. Run DMC with Aerosmith, Walk This Way. Yeah, I remember this.
Yo, turn it down, man. Turn that noise down, man. Yo, what's up with this? Turn it down, boy. Come on, let's back it up. Yo, turn it down, man. Yo. Turn that noise down. I know what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh God, it comes with me. Like this. It just came to me. As a kid, I always thought this was a rap song, that Aerosmith turned into a rock song, but now it just hit me now, and I feel ashamed that it hit me now, that Walk This Way is actually a rock song that Run DMC turned into a rap song. I mean, I think that's how, maybe that's how Run DMC or the art of rap started catching the attention of people who weren't familiar with rap. We're talking, when was this made? I have to look it up, maybe 86, 85, 86. This song came out. This version at least came out. I'm going to look it up after the video. Alright, but yeah, it just started to hit me right now because Run DMC were doing their thing. Alright, and they were getting fame in their own right, mainly amongst the black audiences, you know, because the white society at that time, whether they weren't ready for rap or they didn't know a lot about rap or they weren't familiar with rap at all, you know, because it was just something that was starting. This is like, it's like this is still the birth process of rap. I mean, there was rap even in the early 80s, maybe in 81, I think there was a rap song, and it was still in the early stages where it didn't gain as much popularity as you would think, but it took time for it to grow, and it took time for it to really blow up and get everyone's attention. You know what I mean? So, and this was a good way to take a very popular rock song from a very famous white band, for a group of black artists to turn it and change it into their own, and even mix it with the rock stars like Aerosmith. I think this was a very, very smart move to introduce rap to those who weren't very familiar, and it definitely raised a lot of attention. I mean, I know that when I heard this song, I was all over Run DMC. I couldn't get enough Run DMC, and I couldn't get enough of Aerosmith. I was entwined with both. It's and when Aerosmith showed his face, it's like the rappers are like, whatever. It's as if it's like a story that's saying, you know, hey, we can connect. You know, rock and rap can come together. And even Aerosmith is singing, even Steve Tyler is singing this song slightly differently, because in the rock version that he has, it's walk this way, talk this way, where here it goes, walk this way, talk this way. It's like it's putting a bit of attitude to it, you know. Maybe he changed that, maybe he flipped it a little bit, right, to make that distinction, to make that difference between the rock version and the rock and rap version. You know, we don't want it to sound exactly the same, so they can have two different interpretations of the same song, but with one of them still the same artist. It's wow, it's mind blowing.
I was a high school loser.
Look at Aerosmith's eyes. Those big ass lips. Look at that mouth. It's like Aerosmith is rapping as well, but in a rockin' voice.
Hey!
Look at that way. Man, they know how to rock, man. Man, see the shoes got the laces. I don't know how they pulled it off. Look at Aerosmith go, look at Tyler go. Bringing rock and rap together, shaking hands. Oh wow. You know, that is, I don't know. So it's not Aerosmith that's featuring Run DMC. It's Run DMC that's featuring Aerosmith on an Aerosmith original made song, and you got to give it up to Steve Tyler and the band. You know, it's like as if they were the ones that really brought Run DMC and introduced them to a new range of audiences. I mean, they even had their sign, Run DMC, in the background. I mean, I thought that was, I mean, that was, I think that was a huge gesture, and what an honor by Steve Tyler's part. Now, I have to look it up. All right, if now about Run DMC, sorry, about Walk This Way, because it's bugging my mind now. Now, Walk This Way is a song by the American rock band Aerosmith, written by Steve Tyler and Joe Perry. There you go. See? So I was right about that. When I was a kid, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Run DMC's song, and then they added the rock to it. All right? But it wasn't. All right? And it peaked number 10 in early 77. Okay. It was part of a hit singles for the band in the 70s. Okay, would you look at that? That song was made in 1977. But Aerosmith with Run DMC, Walk This Way, which that came 9 years later in 86. I was right, it was 86. There you go. Something that I should have known a long time ago is finally answered tonight. It was an Aerosmith song, originally, which Run DMC chose to collaborate with and to make it a rap song into it. I think that was a good way and a smart way that rap can show that you can even take popular songs and turn it into rap, you know, and that's why the video makes a lot of sense, because it's like Steve Tyler and the band are getting ready to prepare for their concert, and Walk This Way is part of the lineup of their songs, part of the list, right? And Run DMC are trying to do their thing, and they can't because of Steve Tyler's band being so loud. So the only way that they can get their attention is by Run DMC rapping Walk This Way to get their attention. And then that's how the collaboration starts. Now, as an adult, the music video makes sense. As a kid, I just thought, you know, one wanted to be louder than the other. But wow, that was cool. That was pretty awesome. I liked it. I like it a lot. I thought that was great. Rest in peace, J Master J. And I think it was terrific. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Reminisce and React. Oh my God, do we reminisce? 1986. What a year 86 was. You know, I mean, Back to the Future came out in 85, but I didn't watch it until 86. And I had to wait 4 freaking years for the second one to come out. I remember that, you know. Because the following year, 87, when I was 8, I watched Predator for the first time. Scared the shit out of me. I enjoyed the whole film until I saw the alien's face, and I had nightmares for weeks. And then after I got over the nightmares, I started watching Predator again. Anyway, a different story, different time, different year. Alright, be sure to subscribe to my channel at MagicLeb, and follow me on my Instagram at Fame Film Agency and Fame's Comedy Spot BH. I've been your host, MagicLeb, and please join me for another episode of Reminisce React Coming soon.